Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I went ahead and played around with my Avani Gregg palette again. I just wanted to do another makeup look. I just wanted to sit down and just create something. No review, no nothing. I have to say, like, the second time that I used it, it was better, as you guys can see. So I used a lot of the greens that are here. Also used some of the eyeshadows here that you can just wet and create like a liquid liner type thing. Yeah, so this is what I came up with. This is like a close-up you guys want to see. You guys know I love green. Like I said before, I just love green. So I just had to play around with the greens. I know, like, I did one not so too long ago, but it was just calling my name, so I just had to. Anyways, so if you guys want to see how I created the look, just keep on watching. It will be in the next footage. Okay guys, so let's get started. So just so you guys know, my brows are done, and yeah, my brows are done. So first I'm gonna prime my eyes. I'm using my Too Faced concealer, the multi-use sculpting concealer in the shade Butterscotch. I love this concealer as a primer for my eyeshadows. I find like it just makes my eyeshadow just super bright, but I must say this concealer is kind of sticky, so I always have to set it. So I use my KVD powder, translucent powder, to set my lid just to make sure like it's not too sticky, otherwise the shadows will just not blend as easily. So next I'm taking my Avani Gregg palette. I'm taking like a pencil kind of brush, and I'm taking the shade Mama's Fave. It's kind of like a deep like forest green, so I'm just gonna pack it on my crease basically. So basically I'm just shaping my eye. So I'm going all the way to the inner corner, all the way to the outer corner, and just drawing my crease basically really clumsily. And then after that I'm taking just a big blending brush, whatever you find is easiest, your easiest brush to blend your eyeshadows. Just take that brush and just blend the edges. You want to make sure you take your time to blend the edges, because I find this makes the look even better when you take your time to blend. Next I'm taking the shade Beep Boop, just to like make it easier for me to blend my outer crease with the big blending brush. I'm not putting too much, honestly. You don't barely see the yellow shade of it. And here I'm just going back with the shade Mama's Face with the same brush I had before, just to make the crease a bit more intense, because when we tend to blend, sometimes we lose some of the pigment. And after that I'm just going back and blending it again with the shade Beep Boop, just to make sure like everything is well blended. So you want to do the same thing with the other eye, of course. So here again, just to show you, I really like left the footage so you guys could see every little detail of the makeup tutorial. So basically first you want to pack it on, and then after blend with the same brush, it's fine. Honestly, blending will take you the most time. It was fairly easy to blend the shade, but you still have to take your time to make sure everything will look really smooth. And here again I'm just going back and make it more intense to my liking, and then here I'm just blending it again. So after I decided to cut my crease, I'm using the same concealer that I used before. I'm using like a flat like eyeshadow brush. This brush was from the Naked palette. Remember the Urban Decay Naked palette, the first palette. Yeah, so I'm just using that brush to carve my crease. Also sometimes I use like a pencil brush, like a lip brush, to make it more crisp, I guess, make it more to really define like my line of where I'm cutting my crease. And yeah, so I'm just going to do the same thing with the other eye. I find if you cut your crease with this concealer, try not to put too much concealer, otherwise it gets really sticky and takes a time before it basically dries down, so before you can actually put eyeshadow on it. But yeah, just if you want to set it again. But like I said, this concealer is kind of sticky, but it really makes eyeshadows really vibrant. So yeah. And after, if you want, you can always take like an angle brush just to make it more crisp and make sure the line is really defined. So next you want to go ahead and take the shade Jack and Benny, which is like the white eyeliner kind of shade. So I just wet it again with my KVD setting spray. Yeah, I just wetted it, and I use a liner brush to line my crease with the white shade basically. You still have to use like a multiple coats to make sure like the white is really opaque and really vibrant. But once it's laid on there, it doesn't move or anything like that, and it's really opaque and it just looks like super white, also super crisp. And yeah, it looked really good, sorry. And yeah, so I'm just doing the same thing with the second eye, basically, with my shade Jack and Benny. And honestly, like it was still really easy to use. It's just like I said, you have to go back and forth, like dipping your brush in the shadow and doing the line, but it was fine. After that, I used a packing brush, just like a smudge brush, and I'm using the shade Seaweed to put on my lid. I like this green, but I thought like it wasn't vibrant enough, so what I did was I mixed it a little bit with the basically the shadow under, which is called Litter, which was like the liquid liner that I used in my previous makeup tutorial to make it more vibrant. The shade is like actually more neon, so I thought it was better on the lid to make the eyeshadow pop and make the whole look like come together and make it really vibrant and everything. So yeah, I'm just basically, I kind of mixed the two, but obviously Litter kind of comes through the most because it's more vibrant, it's more neon. So yeah, I just mixed the two and put it on my lid. So next shade I'm gonna use is a little bit of Hidden and a little bit of Mama's Fave, just to smoke out the outer corner. First I used a smaller blending brush to really get in there. But the thing is, with this palette, you really want to pack on the shadows first. So what I did, I used my previous brush I used for my crease, and I'm just packing on the shadow in my outer corner. And I go back a little bit with my blending brush just to make sure it's really nicely blended, but that's pretty much it. So I went ahead and did my skin routine basically, and just to smoke out my lower lash line, I went ahead and took a smudge brush and I used the shade Mama's Fave to smoke out my lower lash line just a little bit, all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner. I just used one shade for my lower lash line. I thought that was enough, honestly. And then after, I'm just taking like a kind of a pencil packing brush and just blending my lower lashes. For mascara, I'm using the Maybelline Sky High mascara. This is what I use on my top lashes also, just so you guys know. But here I'm using it on my bottom lashes. I really like this mascara. It's really black and really lightening, so yeah, I really like it. And for my lips, honestly, you guys can't really see anything, but I still wanted to keep the footage in case you guys wanted to see what I use for my lips. So first I use Control by Colourpop, and then I use BFF by Colourpop again to line my lips, and then I fill them in with BFF. And then after that I use my soft matte lip cream just to make it more smooth in the shade Abu Dhabi. It's linked, the name is down below, all the names are down below, so you guys want to know, like, it's over there. So yeah, after that I just fix my hair, so basically the makeup is done. And yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. So this is what it looks like, and yeah, that's it. Okay guys, so this is the look. This is how I created my makeup, like the green makeup. I have to say, like, I really like it. Like I said in the beginning, in my intro, the second time around, like, it was easier to work with, I guess, because I knew what to expect from the palette. Also, the white liner was easier to do now that I knew that I really had to soak the eyeshadow to get like the color payoff that I wanted. But it's still like, you still have to dip and go to have like that bright pigment. Otherwise, like, the first dips that you do, they're really like, it's not opaque. You have to like build it up to get the nice pigment. If you guys want to see the first video I did with the palette, it was my first impression review. I'll link it down below for you guys if you guys want to go and check it out. I played a bit with the purples and blues, so this time I just wanted to like use different eyeshadows, but it's a cut crease again. I have to say, like, I really like this makeup look. I wasn't sure at first, like, I just wanted to sit down and just like create something, and this is what I came up with. So yeah, I have to say I really like it, honestly. I think it's pretty. I like it. But yeah, this is what I created. I hope you guys enjoy it. I like just sitting down and create something, and I hope you guys enjoy this video basically. So thank you to everybody who likes, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.